Let's go back to Marco Rubio. He's brushing off broad criticism of that Saturday debate performance when he was called out for repeating the same talking point about President Obama 4 times in the span of a few minutes. I joined him on the trail here in New Hampshire this morning, where he acknowledged his relative success in Iowa has opened him up for attack here. So what's it like to have a big fat target on your back? Don't you feel that way?
It's part of the process. When you have a target, it means you're doing something well. Hi, how are you? Good.
But could Marco Rubio's debate moment change all that? For the past 2 days, it's been hard to miss. Senator, we're sitting in a diner and on TV right now.
I know. What's that?
They're talking about you.
Let's dispel once and for all with this fiction that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing. Let's dispel with this fiction that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing.
You repeated the same thing 4 times.
I'll say it again. Barack Obama is trying to change America, and he's doing damage to this country with those changes. I'll say again, none of the things that have happened are accidents. Obamacare was not an accident. Dodd-Frank is not an accident.
But in repeating it over and over again, it played to this notion that your critics have, some of your opponents, that you are a bit contrived, that you're rehearsed, that you're not genuine.
Yeah, but that's silly. I mean, and that's people understand. People, when they're running for office, are going to say whatever they need to say. Especially, look, Chris Christie has a very liberal record, right? He supported gun control. He supported Planned Parenthood. Wrote him a personal check. He endorsed Sotomayor. So if you're a candidate, you don't want to talk about that. You want to figure out something else. And so that's what they'll do. And the media is always looking for something new and interesting to cover. But for voters, the Republican voters agree with what I'm saying.
So to be called Marco Robot, to see a headline that said you choked, doesn't bother you?
But that's just part of the process.
Was it your finest performance?
We did excellent. Let me tell you, on our website, we raised more money in the first hour of that debate than all the other debates.
The governors who are your opponents talk about the experience of actually being in charge of something as opposed to, being on the legislative side as a senator. What do you respond? What's your response?
That they have zero experience on foreign policies. None. Jeb Bush has no foreign policy experience.
How deep is your foreign policy experience?
More than any of them. I'm a member of the Intelligence Committee for 5 years, going through some of the most sensitive information this government has. I have more foreign policy and national security experience than everybody else on that debate stage the other night combined.
Your third place showing in Iowa, strong third place, has put a lot of expectations on you in terms of going forward here. What does that mean in terms of what happens in New Hampshire? What is your bar?
Well, every state is different. You have Donald Trump that's consistently been in first place now since June or July. He's the clear front runner. We're going to do well here. We have a good team here. When it's all said and done and the delegates are counted up, we're going to have more than half of them, and we're going to be the nominee. Of that, I remain 100% convinced.
Conversation with Marco Rubio over a cup of coffee. Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.